so today I am planning on having my sketchbook tour. This is my first time drawing in an 8.5 by 11, and I really love the Be Creative sketchbooks. I've used them for, I don't know, maybe my last 2 or 3 sketchbooks now. I'm not totally sure, but I really love the watercolor sketchbooks. I feel like the paper is really nice and thick. It can handle a lot of layering, which I really like, and it's also pretty good for mixed media because I like to use watercolor and Copic marker, colored pencil, gouache. It can handle all of that, so I really like it. But with all of that being said, today I'm going to go through my sketchbook that I completed in 3 or 4 months and talk you guys through it and talk you guys through, I guess, what I am proud of and what I'm not so proud of and everything in between. So, if that sounds like something you'd like to do, I'm Rory Fluent. Feel free to call me Rory. If you're new around here, hi, hello, how are you? I am very excited for you to be joining me for this video. And if you're not new around here, what is up, my dudes? Let's chat about my sketchbook. So, as you can see on this first page, I have the first thing that I decided to draw, which was actually a small sketch from my previous sketchbook that I wanted to make a little bit better. So, I went ahead and I decided to make this guy a bit bigger and start off with kind of like an illustration, and then added some like sketches to fill in the page because I realized that this sketchbook was much bigger than I'm used to. So in the next spread, I was continuing with the cats. I still really like this cat, and I still really like this cat and this cat. I feel like they're just really cute. I kind of want to go back to that. Look how cute he is with his little fish. I like this guy. Wow. Doing a little bit of like environment studying, and then of course chickens, which I really like all of these. Oh, this one, I was a huge fan of this one in the video where I talked through this whole page, and I'm a big fan of it now. More chickens, really love this one. Just playing around with subtle muted colors, having a lot of fun. Hand practice here with this guy and like a goofy little bird. This spread, I did like, oh my god, I don't know what is happening with my voice right now. So, when it comes to this spread, I redid it like once or twice. You can kind of see here where it's split because I pasted another page on top of it because I am not ashamed or afraid of doing that personally in my sketchbook. If I don't like it, I want to redo it and make it a little bit better so that this still is a space that I want to make art in. And so I was seeing a lot of these crows on Pinterest, these goofy little crows, and so I wanted to draw some. I quite like this one, and I was just kind of trying to figure out how I would draw ducks. I'm still like not, especially with these early spreads, they are not my favorite thing on the planet. I get a lot better as the sketchbook progresses, but with that being said, this is one of my favorite pages. I love this spread, love the composition, or I guess I should call it a page, not a spread, but very happy with the composition, love the content, had a lot of fun drawing this catfish here and like the bisected fish. I had a lot of fun painting and drawing this and using like it was some sort of graphic art. I believe it was a poster from Pinterest. I used that for inspiration for this little page here. And then this was the first time that I decided to try and use texture in my sketchbook, and I was really stoked with the way it turned out. And you know, honestly, I still really like it, even if it's not like my favorite thing. I like this sketch. I think I do, yeah, actually, now looking at it, I like the way that turned out a lot. Let's see here. Some brainstorming for a couple larger paintings. It didn't necessarily turn out the way I wanted it to, but I did complete it. A painting that I don't really love, a spread that's like okay. I still want to return to these kind of like weird brain looking coral. I think it would be a lot of fun to draw or paint some sort of painting based off of that. And then I'm a huge fan of this noodly guy and this deer here. I just really like the way that they turned out, and the colors are kind of unique as well. Oh, okay, so this is where we finally get into where I was trying to play around with a lot more texture and a lot more impressionistic brushstrokes, where I'm kind of building the form up gradually by layering watercolor over top of dried watercolor, kind of over and over again. And I was just really excited to use these chunky brush strokes to bring more things to life. And then this is a little landscape practice painting, which I'm very happy with. This flounder and this painting were inspired by the game Dredge, which I was obsessed with at the beginning of the sketchbook. Another page, just experimenting, trying to get a better feel for how I'm trying to paint and what this new style was going to look like. I really loved these tomatoes. My mom, if I have the photo, I'll put it up. My mom laid out these beautiful, vibrant yellow tomatoes, like all on a platter, and I took a picture of it, and I just was really inspired by it. So I was using, what was it? I believe it was M-Gram, right? Yeah, they're like the honey-based paints, I believe. It was M-Gram, they're Gamboge, no, not Gamboge. The other one, nickel quinacridone color. That's what this is here, and that's what I used to paint the really deep and really vibrant yellow. Good page, one that I actually was a pretty big fan of. I was trying to draw a bit bigger, again with texture, kind of trying to draw some strange things and see where my mind went. This was a little bit of people practice. I'm still very proud of this. I think it's a pretty good show of my skill and of what I'm capable of drawing when it comes to people I don't have the most practice. We're gonna get there. One day I think I'd like to do the like 100 heads challenge or whatever that is. I'd love to just take a second and figure out how I want to draw faces and to draw faces from more angles. But I totally love this kind of like spooked chicken with his really big eye. I really like the emotion that I got in this page. This was just some color experimentation based off of the game. Oh, what was I watching my partner play? It was Cult of the Lamb. Yeah. Not too much to say. I was just kind of being very fluid and did a little painting that I don't like anymore, but that's okay. This is a page that, or I should say this is a spread that I am so proud of, very happy with. Really love this guy here. This guy, I hope to be able to make a sticker of him someday when that's a viable option for me. And I was having a lot of fun drawing, you know, like make sheepy guys. I love the way this turned out. It's funny because I noticed later that I didn't ink his horns and I just never got around to it, but really love this pose here and how he looks like he's kind of tripped and just face planted. That was a lot of fun to draw and paint. And this little guy here, I just want to like squish him, and I just really like the content of the page. I like how full it is. I do wish that there was kind of, in a way, a bit more going on in the background. I'd like to leave a lot, even less white space, but then look at this little guy with his funny face. Yeah, so I just overall had like a lot of fun with the content and the way that I painted this spread, and everything kind of came together a little bit. This, I was still using those colors that I was having kind of a lot of fun. This like cool toned earth green and this soft yellow and vibrant purpley color. This was again one of the first like larger paintings I did trying to work with this texture. I'm a huge fan of the way that like this guy from here up turned out. I just think that I love the brush strokes and the different colors. It really kind of worked for me, and I feel like I achieved something here, which was really exciting. And just some squiggly boys. Really love these guys. I'm very happy with this little doodle with the deer and the like fish and their antlers kind of mimicking like this type of coral that grows that looks like deer antler. I think it's literally called like antler coral or something. And this guy ended up being like something that I loved so much I made like a little sticker out of him, which I don't know, I'll probably like, I have my tablet next to me and I'm going to show you guys some of the things that I completed throughout this sketchbook on my tablet, and then I might also put it kind of up right here, the finalized little Procreate version of him that I did on my tablet. This was a spread that was not a part of a video because I didn't like it, and this was a gouache painting I did that I like and then don't like, and I can't totally tell why, but that's okay. I think I like the squiggly boys, but the tree stump there's too much going on. I got a little carried away with that, I think. So here, I wanted to draw some pumpkins. It was getting into October, and I was just really excited to draw some pumpkins. And other than these two little crow dudes, I'm actually very happy with this spread. This is a painting that I completed that I don't know if I like or don't like. I think I like it. It was literally my first time really trying to like build foreground, middle ground, background, subject, and like kind of using the vines and like my knowledge of graphic design to kind of try and guide your eye through the painting. And overall, I think it was pretty effective, and I'm very happy with the way that it turned out, even though sometimes I look at it and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't like it. But I feel like everybody does that every once in a while at least. So this was some planning for a Procreate painting that I did. This is where I started to draw bears, and I have like videos on almost all of my spreads and pages here, but this was a whole video where I just kind of chatted about drawing like new subject matter and really trying to hone in on this like more expressive style that I've been trying to work on. This is a terrible page that I did not like at all, and it was so very like, how do I put this, like disappointing I guess and discouraging to look at, that I didn't even want to finish the spread. So I didn't force myself to do that, because there's no reason to ever to force yourself to draw in a sketchbook. Like the whole point is for you to have your creative freedom and to be able to find how you want to express yourself, not to force yourself. That is, unless you're trying to like study a subject or something like that, and then I understand having to sit down and kind of have some willpower and forcing yourself to draw something you might not want to draw for the sake of learning. But I did get a really cool Procreate painting out of these guys, so it wasn't a loss of a spread, I just didn't like it that much. This was a spread that I was very happy with. I love the colors. Look at this little raccoon. Will my camera like be strange if I like try and... Yes, see him? He's so cute. I really like him. And this guy here is also a proper amount of derpy, but I had like so much fun painting this. It was a slow process, but at least I got it somewhere where I was pretty happy with what I was drawing. I'd like to do more of this overlapping stuff and just like really fill the spreads in my next sketchbook. I'm happy with the way that I filled this spread, and this Highland cow here, I really like him. He's cute. Okay, this is, let's see, this, I didn't even include this page in the video with this page because I did not like the way that any of this turned out. I even tried to paint this raccoon pile again because I just hated it so much. But this side, I actually got like a sketch that I really love out of it, which is this, this badger here, and I was just doing some more bear practice. I really like this guy actually too, and this little raccoon's kind of funny as well. So it's always really nice when I can look back at this and get a laugh out of like some of the things that I think are goofy and properly kind of amusing to me about the things that I've sketched. That's like my favorite part about sketching and about expressing my art, is that I like to make things that are a little goofy, and so when I get a chuckle out of myself, I know I did something right. Ugh, okay, so this spread, again, a whole video on it, but I was just really unhappy with the fact that there's the same amount of green, pink, and kind of yellow, like, throughout the whole spread, so your eye just doesn't know where to go. Like, it really did not work in the way that I intended it to, because I really love, like, this guy here, he's hilarious, and this guy, also very funny. And I love this guy. I don't know what it is about this little turtle that kind of looks like a snake that's just like, but I had a lot of fun with him, and I was just kind of practicing, like, forward views of turtles are really weird. I don't know if anybody else has, like, noticed that. I'm sure it's a thing, but, like, they are very, very strange to look at, like, dead on. And I was trying to figure out how to draw them. I'm not totally sure what I was saying because I needed to go do something, but, yeah, when it comes to, like, front views of turtles, I just find them really strange and difficult to draw, but I also really like this little guy here, which I don't really remember pointing out as something that I liked, but I kind of like the, like, it's not a huge amount of foreshortening, but a little bit, and it kind of makes him look like he's walking away, and I'm pretty happy with that, actually, looking at it now, which is kind of cool. Oh, like my favorite spread ever. I love this spread. I'm so happy with these, like, oh, what were they called? Like, echidna looking creatures, and this fox here. The colors, the subject matter, the owls, and the way that they turned out. Oh my god, this kind of funny chicken here. These chickens. I'm really, really happy with the different kinds of chickens I was able to draw, and just, like, everything about this is a spread that I'm really happy with, and I'm really, I don't know, excited to do more like this. I want to take this into Procreate and kind of draw like a little chicken shop. I think that would be a lot of fun because right now this little guy's looking like a turkey, but that's okay. And the expressions on these guys' faces I'm really happy with, and just the overall goofiness and the colors and the execution and how cluttered it is. I'm just really happy with the vibes of this spread here. Not so happy with these ones. I don't have a ton to say about this. Like, I retried the raccoon pile and it's better, but it's still not good. And then these guys here, not my favorite. I don't know. I was really losing steam, I think. And this was kind of like a breakthrough spread here, this squid octopi spread. Because I was kind of figuring out how to paint the way that I've been trying to since like this spread? Not quite. Which spread was it? It was this one. I actually kind of started to get that feel again here with this guy, this big octopus on the left. And is it on the left on the camera? Yeah, it is. It doesn't flip it. Okay. But yeah, I was just happy that I was finally getting somewhere with painting, even though the colors are atrocious. I don't know what I was thinking with these colors. Oh, and another spread that I love, love, love. This little guy becomes my little icon on YouTube, and I was just kind of trying to pick subjects and colors that I knew that I really liked, and I have a whole video. It's one of my most recently posted. It might actually be the last one before this video here. And so if you want to check that out, please do, because I'm really proud of the video. I'm really proud of this spread, and even though it's not quite as cluttered as I want, I figured a lot out with gouache and using like this sponge to add like a stippling texture. I just overall felt like I accomplished a lot with this spread, and this is the final spread in the sketchbook, and it's not very good, but that's okay because I drew some capybaras. And let's see, I like the ones on this page a bit more. I like this guy here who's not facing us, and I really like this bush guy. So I also have a video dedicated to kind of just talking through experimenting and maybe not being the most happy with this sketchbook, and just my thoughts and feelings about the spread. I kind of like this guy here as well, like with the really lanky bird sitting on his nose. I think that's kind of fun, but yeah, not the best spread, or yeah, I guess it is a spread to end off on, but it is what I have. And so with that, I don't know, I guess I'm probably gonna leave it. I want to make like a dedicated video to my art goals, to this next sketchbook here, which I did break in a couple pages just to see how I was feeling, what the vibes were like, and I'm sure I'll have a video like painting these guys, probably with some of my new watercolors that I got. And I did get soft pastels for Christmas, so I'm really, really excited to complete this sketchbook, having new supplies that I think are going to be a lot more fun to use and bring me what I feel like I'm lacking. Which reminds me, I did want to show a couple things from Procreate. So some of these are like things that you guys will see later, but when it comes to like some of the things I did in Procreate, hi Ruckus, hello. Don't mind my cat, he is underneath you, or underneath what you're seeing right now. Let's see, what did I complete? I'm kind of looking for something specific. It was my first, oh, here it is. So this was like my first painting really ever in Procreate, and I'm still pretty happy with it, especially kind of like this section I quite like. I was experimenting with lighting and texture, just all of the things that I've been trying to do throughout the entire sketchbook. And let's see, I completed these little dudes, which I'm pretty happy with. Again, just more experimenting. Oh, here is the digital version of that sketch that I really loved on the spread where I was playing with the greens and purples and like soft yellows. Here's kind of like a version of it where I'd love to make it into a sticker one day, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And I completed my doggos, just drawing a bunch of them. This is one of the ones I'm the most proud of. I love everything about how I painted his portrait, and I just think it turned out really awesome, and it excites me to look at it. Let's see here. What else? Okay, I don't know if I'm going to make the videos before or after this one. probably after, but this is a painting that I'll have a whole video on that I completed during this sketchbook, even though it might be after this video is posted. And then I also did like a zoomed out version of the same painting where it's like the same, you know, black brown squirrel and the birds in the distance kind of coming at him. So don't worry, I'm gonna do I haven't even done my voiceovers for that yet. So, I did obviously paint this, which was inspired by that spread that I absolutely hated, but I actually got something really, really lovely out of it, which is super exciting because I love these guys. I did make like a little, like a before the bite moment where I have his little tooth glistening and he's like about to chomp down on this guy's poor tail and wake him up. And I had a lot of fun drawing this actually and animating it. It was I don't know, it's really satisfying to see an animation come together. How could I forget about this? Probably my favorite thing I've drawn on Procreate at the moment. I just really love this painting. I love the process. I have like a video dedicated to talking about my Procreate paintings, and in that I talk about this painting and how it's like the theme was bound together. And so my idea was that thinking about like plastic waste and what that does to the environment and the animals in the environment. Maybe these guys are bound together by those like plastic rings that cans come in, and then someone is freeing them, but for a while they've been kind of stuck together, just unable to break away from the plastic. And then this little guy has, you know, like a little scar because he was attached to maybe not them, maybe another piece of plastic, but it was still necessarily to like remove it from his neck, and so he kind of has the after effects of that. And so yeah, I just really love this painting, and technically I was really happy with the fluff. They look very fluffy, and the colors were really, really satisfying for me to work with. The textures were great. First time I've kind of drawing something not only from this angle where you're almost like looking up, but also the sun peeking through the trees. I was really trying to work on like some background lighting and like background effects and making it look intentional but still kind of blurry so that your focus is on the little raccoon babies. And let's see here. I think that is all that I want to talk through in terms of Procreate. So, and then of course we have my snake, which I do have a whole video on. But yeah, in terms of my sketchbook and in terms of what I was able to make in Procreate, I made a lot of progress in Procreate in terms of being really, really proud of the art that I'm creating on, I guess I could say through that medium. But traditionally, I feel like I'm trying to catch up, and I'm playing catch up a little bit. And so, you almost just stepped on my cat. Dude, seriously? Really? Between these new watercolors that I'm pretty excited, I want to make a video swatching them, experimenting with them, and like revamping my watercolor palettes and reorganizing them, and then making like a swatch card on my watercolor palette. So I hope that's something that sounds enjoyable to anyone who's made it this far into the video, because I am excited to do it. So I hope that some people are excited to kind of watch me open these and swatch them. And then I also, let's see here, I got some soft pastels from Finalizing, and I'm pretty excited to try those out in relation to my traditional art and see if I can kind of get that texture that I've been trying to accomplish, because I love the brushes that I use in Procreate, but I haven't quite been able to recreate that traditionally, and I'm hoping that some of these new supplies will help me do that. So I'm going to stop rambling now, because I do feel like I'm rambling, and I'm going to go ahead and close off the video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and at this point I'm almost at 130 of you, so that's really, really cool. Hi, hello, if you're one of those people. If you're not, maybe consider doing the YouTube things and like, commenting, and subscribing, and I will hopefully talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!